The JBL Flip 6 and the Ultimate Ears Wonderboom 3 are two of the best portable Bluetooth speakers that you can buy for around $100. So if you're looking to buy one, which one should you get? Well, in this video, we're going to be comparing them both side by side so you can answer that very question. And there's one thing about the Wonderboom 3 that really bugs me. Anyway, welcome to my tech gear. Let's get into it. Looking first at the design of these two speakers, and I have to say, I really do like the design of the Wonderboom 3. It's a little over 4 inches tall and just under 4 inches wide. It's just a nice, compact little portable speaker, and it only weighs 420 grams as well. If you compare that to something like the JBL Flip 6, well, this is noticeably thinner than the Wonderboom 3. However, it's 7 inches long, and it's also heavier as well. It is 550 grams. So that gives it a noticeable weight difference to the Wonderboom 3. Which may or may not be an issue for you. From a waterproof perspective, they are very similar. They are both rated at IP67 rated, which not only makes them waterproof, but also makes them dustproof as well. So you could shove these into a meter of water for up to 30 minutes and they'd be fine. There is one key difference and one key advantage of the Wonderboom 3 though, because unlike the Flip 6 that sinks, this floats. So if you lose it overboard on a boat or chuck it in a pool, you know that you can just reach down and get it really easily, as opposed to the Flip 6 that will just sink to the bottom of the ocean. Connectivity on both these speakers is good, where they both have a 40-meter Bluetooth range. They both support multi-points. You can connect two devices to these speakers at the same time, so two people can argue over which music to play. And they can both be paired up to another speaker, like another Flip 6 or another Wonderboom 3, for true stereo playback. The Flip 6, though, does have an advantage here because it is also equipped with Party Boost. So you can be connected to up to 100 other Party Boost compatible JBL speakers, like another Flip 6 or a Charge 5 or a Pulse 5, just by pressing a button. So if you've got a lot of these or a few of these dotted around your house, you can have a whole house audio system at just the push of a button. And that's something that the Wonderboom 3 lacks. And moving on to something that the Wonderboom 3 is better at, and that is sound. So inside the Wonderboom 3 are two 40mm full range drivers and two passive radiators. So technically you are getting stereo sound out of this speaker, although I would say that both drivers are so close together, you don't really get any true stereo separation. There's two drivers inside the Flip 6 too, except it's doing things slightly differently. You get an 80mm woofer dedicated to the bass frequencies and a 16mm tweeter dedicated to the higher frequencies. So that does mean you get mono sound out of a speaker rather than stereo, but you get clearer sound because you've got different drivers dedicated to different frequencies. There's also two passive radiators built into the ends of this speaker to give it a little bit more oomph in that bass end. And that shows when you play music coming out of this, because there is definitely more bass presence in this speaker and more clarity in the treble than you get with the Wonderboom 3. And it can go louder as well. The Wonderboom 3, on the other hand, it has a more balanced sound profile, which I find makes it easy for listening to music when it's just sitting in the background. One cool feature of the Wonderboom 3 here is that it has 360-degree sound. So if you put this in the middle of a table, it doesn't matter where you are, the music sounds exactly the same, as opposed to something like the Flip 6, and it's got quite directional sound, so you will notice a noticeable difference depending upon where you sit. That makes the Wonderboom 3 a great party speaker. Oh, it is worth mentioning there's also an outdoor button on the bottom here which you can press, which really just recesses the bass and pushes up the treble so you can hear vocals and instruments better when you're outside. I wouldn't have it turned on when you're inside though, because, well, it makes the music sound quite harsh when you're inside. At low to medium volumes, both of these speakers do well. If you push either of these speakers though, they start to sound really harsh and the bass drops off when you push them loud. So stick these to medium volumes and you're going to be fine. I thought I'd do a quick sound test so that you can hear what both of these speakers sound like. Do bear in mind that you are listening to the audio quality of a YouTube video that's using a mic to record these, so it's not an exact science, but hopefully it helps you a little bit. Moving on to battery life, and they are fairly close, but there is a winner here. The JBL Flip 6 has 12 hours of battery life from a single charge, but the Wonderboom 3 has 14 hours of battery life from a single charge. There is an LED charging light on the Flip 6, so you can see how charged the speaker is, which is really handy. There is no LED indicators on the Wonderboom 3, but it plays noises when you press the volume button to indicate how charged it is, which isn't the most intuitive, and I would have liked to have a little LED indicator somewhere. And when these do run out of power, they'll charge up to full in about 2.5 and 2.6 hours. On the Flip 6, that's using the USB-C cable to plug into the USB-C port at the back, which is great. On the Wonderboom 3 though, and this is the thing that really bugs me, is because under this little flap here is the micro USB port for charging the Wonderboom 3. Now, for a speaker that came out just last year, to equip it with a micro USB cable is just annoying. And it's annoying on two fronts. One is because it's just another different type of cable I've got to be hanging around, and most devices that I've got now all use USB-C. So having to remember to carry around an old cable is just annoying. But it goes beyond that, because a USB-C port on a speaker in itself is waterproof. So it doesn't need to be covered on the Flip 6 because it's a waterproof port. But a micro USB port isn't waterproof, so it has to be covered by this sort of rubber plastic cover that's here. So this speaker, whilst it is IP67 rated to be waterproof, well, it's only as waterproof as the rubber seal on this port is in having that port covered. And considering you have to keep taking this cover on and off to charge the speaker, well, how long does the seal on this cover last? And it might not be a problem. I'm not aware of anyone saying or it reporting of it being a common issue, but it's an annoyance and it's something that I'd be aware of. And it's a shame because it feels like the Achilles heel in what is a pretty cool little Bluetooth speaker. There's no bells and whistles that really come with the Wonderboom 3. It's a fairly basic speaker. There's no app support for it, which actually makes it really easy to use. The Flip 6, on the other hand, does have mobile app support, where you can jump in there and use this to pair this up with another Flip 6 or pair it up with another 100 other speakers using Party Boost. Well, you can also do that using the buttons on the speaker itself. The mobile app does also have a 3-band graphic equalizer in it though, which allows you to tweak the audio a little bit to tweak the sound to your preference. You can also track the battery life in it, so you're not just relying on the glowing lights on the back of the speaker. And it also allows you to get firmware updates for this speaker too, so the app support on the Flip 6 is a nice little addition to have, but I wouldn't say it's a deal breaker on the Wonderboom 3, because it just sounds pretty good out the box. Now, price-wise, whilst I did say it was around $100, there is a price difference between the two. Now, the retail price of the Flip 6 is more expensive. It's $129, but it's quite often on sale for around $99. On the other hand, the Wonderboom 3 retails at $99, and I've seen it on sale typically for $79. So the price on both of these speakers can move around quite a bit. So whichever one you decide to get, I would say shop around and don't pay retail for it. If you're into funky colors, you can get a range of colors in the Flip 6, but the colors on the Wonderboom 3 are nice and vibrant as well. So whichever one you pick, you're going to be able to find a color that you're happy with. I just went with black because I'm boring. So which one should you buy? Well, I think it depends on what you want out of a speaker. If you want a fuller bass and be able to connect to other Party Boost speakers, then the JBL Flip 6 is the right choice. If, however, you want maybe a more balanced sound or the 360-degree sound, then the Ultimate Ears Wonderboom 3 is a good choice. To be honest though, both of these speakers are nice, good, portable Bluetooth speakers, they sound good, and I don't think you'll be disappointed with whichever one you buy. I will put purchase links to both of them in the description down below so that you can go check them out for yourself. If you want to check out some more alternatives to these speakers, then be sure to check out the link up here. Thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and share it. Consider subscribing if you're not. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.